In a charming village nestled in northern Thailand's foothills, life unfolded calmly as rice paddies met towering mountains. Villagers greeted one another by name, their stories intertwining like the vast roots of banyan trees near the village's edge. Among them was a lively girl named Nira, whose laughter chimed like bells, lighting up the faces around her. Nira adored Phra Ruang, an ancient grove that lay just outside the village. The colossal trees had thick, twisted trunks, their leaves shimmering in vibrant emerald hues. The villagers held deep respect for this grove. It was both breathtaking and cautionary. Elders shared whispering tales by evening fires, mysteries of spirits and echoes of history waiting just beneath the surface. Stay away after sunset, they warned, for the trees remain awake, and the whispers intensify in the dark. Yet, despite such admonitions, Nira was enchanted by the grove. She lost herself for hours, exploring its depths, chasing butterflies through rays of sunlight piercing the leafy canopy. Often, she envisioned herself as a princess in a realm governed by her dreams and the soft murmur of nature. One particularly sultry afternoon, storm clouds gathered, casting a shadow over the village. Nira found herself in the grove, tracing her fingers along the weathered bark of an ancient tree, lost in her imagination. Suddenly, she sensed an irresistible pull, a gentle urge urging her further into the grove than ever before, as if the trees themselves beckoned. Ignoring the distant roar of thunder, she pressed onward, excitement and trepidation coursing through her. The path narrowed, branches reached out like arms, guiding her to an unfamiliar clearing. It was strikingly silent, as if the grove itself was holding its breath. At the center stood a forgotten shrine, worn and neglected. Moss blanketed its stone surface, and intricate carvings were barely visible through the layers of time. Intrigued yet apprehensive, Nira approached, her curiosity battling the chill creeping along her spine. Leaning in closer, a sudden gust of wind whipped through, rustling the leaves above. Nira's heart pounded as the wind subsided, revealing a soft, echoing whisper, a voice that felt like it arose from the very trees. Nira, startled, she turned to flee, yet paralyzing fear held her still. "Who's there?" she asked, her voice trembling under the weight of dread. The whisper continued, layered like echoes from those long gone, mingling with rustling leaves, both haunting and beautiful. Without fully understanding why, Nira felt compelled to listen, yearning to understand. That chilling day shifted Nira's excitement into lingering unease. When she escaped the grove, she tried to bury the memory. Yet, as time passed, it gnawed at her thoughts. Weeks turned into months, and she began noticing peculiar changes. Objects vanished, shadows flitted out of sight, and, most alarmingly, villagers whispered of misfortune linked to the grove. Hushed conversations among villagers spoke of strange happenings, disappearances, livestock acting oddly, and eerie noises echoing in the night. Young children claimed to see flickering lights among the trees, while elders spoke of a restless spirit. Nira felt the weight of these stories. She could no longer brush off her experience as mere fantasy. One evening, as the sun sank below the mountains, sleep eluded her. With the stars twinkling above, Nira stood at her window, gazing towards the grove. Memories of that rainy day played back like a melancholy melody, and an unusual curiosity gripped her. She knew she needed to return to the clearing. She had to confront whatever had called her name. The following evening, Nira crept through the village, ensuring she wouldn't wake anyone. The silvery moon illuminated her path as she approached the grove. Each step became heavier, the cool night air embracing her like a shroud, as she wrestled with her fear and determination. Entering the grove, familiar surroundings revealed themselves, now shrouded in moonlight. The silence was thick, a breathless pause that hung in the air. Nira moved toward the clearing, her heart racing, every sound magnified in the stillness. The whispering intensified, weaving through the trees in a harmonious call. Reaching the clearing, she found the shrine illuminated by moonlight, stark yet beautiful against the dark trees. Cautiously, Nira stepped forward, feeling a shift in the air around her. "Who are you?" she called into the shadows, her voice steady despite the trembling within. In that moment, a figure emerged, pale and ethereal, glowing softly in the moonlight. Nira's heart raced as she recognized the face, the girl who had whispered her name. "Do not be afraid," the spirit said, her voice a gentle rustle of leaves. "I am Leela, and I have been waiting." Nira stood frozen, emotions swirling within her. "Why are you here?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Leela's expression shifted from sorrow to hope. "I am bound to this grove, lost between worlds. This place was once my home. Long ago, I was taken and never returned. My story remains untold, and peace escapes me." The sadness for the spirit washed over Nira, yet her mind buzzed with questions. "What happened to you?" Leela began recounting her tale, woven with love and heartbreak. She shared of a simple life in the village long before. A time of abundance where smiles were common, and laughter danced like fireflies at night. But disaster struck when drought gripped the village for years. Desperation enveloped the community, and among the chaos, Leela lost her love to betrayal's bitter whispers. In despair, seeking solace, she turned to the grove, hoping the trees would cradle her heartache, the sorrow instead trapping her spirit within. "I am anchored here, unable to move on," Leela mourned, tears shining like moonlight in her eyes. "Each night, I wander among these trees, but they no longer listen. I remain trapped in the memories of a life I lost." Nira listened with rapt attention, her heart breaking for Leela. She desperately wanted to help, although felt powerless. "What can I do?" she asked. Leela searched Nira's eyes for understanding. "You hold the key, Nira. The village brims with stories, but they have forgotten me. If you tell my tale, will you honor my memory and name? Perhaps then, I can be free from this pain." The weight of Leela's plea filled Nira with an unexpected resolve. "I promise, I will share your story." The air around them shifted, an unmistakable energy enveloping the grove. Leela smiled, a newly radiant light surrounding her spirit. "Thank you, dear heart. My time is waning, but you have given me hope." As dawn's first light began to chase away the last shadows, Leela started to fade. "Remember me, Nira. Remember my story." When sunlight broke into the clearing, Nira found herself alone, but the weight of that encounter lingered within her. With newfound purpose, she rushed back to the village, determined to share Leela's tale. She spoke with elders, weaving the spirit's history into her own narrative, slowly restoring Leela's presence in the hearts of the villagers. They gathered at night, recounting her story beneath the stars. "She lived, she loved, she laughed, and she was lost," Nira would proclaim. "Let us not forget her." As Leela's legacy spread through the village, the troubling occurrences began to wane. Shadows no longer scurried through the trees, and whispers turned into melodic songs filling the air with tranquility. The villagers learned to respect the grove, not as a site of fear but as a sacred space, rich with tales of those who once walked among them. One calm evening, as twilight's soft glow embraced the village, Nira felt a familiar pull guiding her back to Phra Ruang. She entered the grove with deep reverence, knowing Leela awaited her return. As she neared the clearing, the ethereal spirit reappeared, glistening in soft light. Leela's expression exuded serenity, a profound sense of release washing over her. "Thank you," Leela whispered. "Your courage and kindness have set me free from the chains of my past. I can finally find rest." Tears filled Nira's eyes as she stepped closer. "I will always remember you, Leela. You've shown us the importance of our stories and legacies." Leela's form began to fade, merging into the gentle breeze rustling leaves overhead. "Live fully, for we are united by the stories we share. My heart is at peace, and I am at last free." With that, warmth enveloped Nira, Leela's spirit wrapping around her in a gentle embrace. As Nira stepped back into the world of the living, the grove sparkled with life anew. Years flowed by, and Nira blossomed into a wise woman, known throughout the village for captivating storytelling. She became the guardian of memories, sharing Leela's narrative with children and adults alike. The legend of the echoes of the grove grew, fostering respect and understanding among villagers. Phra Ruang transformed from a source of trepidation into a beloved part of the community. People gathered there to honor memories, reflect on stories, and reconnect with the past. The grove no longer concealed sorrow's secrets. It became a haven for celebration, where laughter echoed through vibrant branches. As seasons turned and the world evolved, the tales of Nira and Leela intertwined, reminding all that stories have the power to heal. The whispers in the trees now served as gentle reminders of lives lived and love shared, echoing through time, unbroken and eternal. One starry night, as Nira sat beneath the starlit sky, she felt a soft breeze stir around her. A smile crept onto her face, sensing Leela's presence, unbreakable, unwavering. The echoes of the grove continued sharing their tales, each leaf proclaiming the lives they had touched. They were not just trees, they were living tapestries woven of past, present, and future, forever whispering stories of love, loss, and memory's enduring power.